A recent poll conducted by NOIPolls has shown that 93% of adult Nigerians say they are registered to vote ahead of the 2023 general election. I mean, this is heartwarming news, very heartwarming, I must say. However, the question is whether or not, electorates are equipped to participate, in this all-important civic exercise. On today's edition of Data Chart, we're going to be looking at the extent of preparedness of electorates, you and me, eligible Nigerians, towards the 2023 general election. And this will be hinged on the findings of the recently conducted election polls. This is actually the third in a series of election polls that will be conducted every month by NOIPolls to look at the various process towards the elections and to gauge the pulse of Nigerians on critical election matters. We released the first and the second election polls, and this is the third one, and we're going to continue up until the elections. This third one is looking at voter registration and PVC collection rate. But just before we delve into the conversations of PVC collection and all of that, we'll have Chidi Akugwe. He is the head of the polling unit of NOIPolls. We'll have him break down the findings of the poll, and then when we get back, we will have a conversation about PVC collections and voter registrations ahead of the 2023 general elections. It's still Data Chat, and I'm still Nem. We'll be right back, right after the poll presentation.
Thank you very much, Nelly. NOIPolls conducted its election series poll to seek the views of Nigerians on voters' registration ahead of the 2023 general election. This is the third in series of the monthly election poll. The first one was conducted in July 2022, and we are conducting this poll to view Nigerians' perception as we count down to the 2023 general election. The first question sought to gain the insight into the proportion of adult Nigerians that have registered for the forthcoming general election. First question we asked, are you registered to vote in the upcoming general election in 2023? 93% of the respondents, adult Nigerians, indicated yes, they've registered to vote, while 7% claimed that they've not registered to vote. Respondents who claimed to have registered to vote in the general election next year were further probed to know or ascertain when they actually registered. Of the 93% who claimed that they have registered, 55% of them stated that they registered in 2015, while 22% stated that they registered in 2019. 16% stated that they registered after May 2021, when that's the new registrant. 7% of the respondents could not remember actually when they registered. A follow-on question to know whether they've collected their permanent voter's card or not. The results revealed that 80% of adult Nigerians stated that they've collected their permanent voter's card, while 17% stated that they have their temporary voter's card, while 3% indicated that they applied for transfer of their PVC. Then those who applied for transfer of PDP were further probed to know if they have collected their permanent voter's card. Of the 3% who mentioned that they applied for transfer, 22% of it stated yes, that they actually collected their permanent voter's card, while the larger proportion, 78%, have not yet collected. For those who have registered, especially the new registrant, we asked if they know where to collect their PVC when it is ready for collection. 55% indicated that they know where to collect their permanent voter's card when it is ready, while 34% have no idea on how to collect their permanent voter's card when it is ready. We further asked respondents, how would you like to be notified by INEC when your permanent voter's card is ready for collection? Majority of the respondents indicated via SMS. So it's just like saying that majority of new registrants prefer that INEC sends a notification via SMS when their permanent voter's card is ready. 24% indicated phone call, 2% indicated WhatsApp, another 2% indicated email, 2% also indicated television, Another 2% indicated radio, while 1% indicated other things. We also asked those who have collected their permanent voters card how long it took them before they could collect their permanent voters card. Majority of people in this category could not recall how long it took them to collect their voters card. That's about 45% of the respondents said that they could not recall how long it took them to get their permanent voters card, while 12% indicated 1 month, 21% indicated between 2 and 3 months, another 12% indicated between 4 to 6 months, while 5% indicated 7 to 9 months. We also asked question, did you vote during the general election in 2019? For those who actually have their permanent voters card, we found out that yes, 82% of adult Nigerians who were interviewed indicated that they actually voted in 2019, while 18% mentioned no. Surprisingly, the survey revealed of the 80% who claimed to have voted in 2019 general election, 45% of the respondents who disclosed that they registered after May 2021 claimed to have voted in 2019 general election. When we further probed, they disclosed that they lost or misplaced their PVC after the 2019 general election. Hence, they decided to register as new registrant during the 2021 continuous voters registration. This simply implies that these categories of adult Nigerians actually registered twice, which of course validates what the electoral body INEC had actually been saying, that there were a lot of people that actually registered twice. Finally, the poll findings serves as a call to INEC in terms of awareness, where Nigerians can get their permanent voters card when it is ready, and is also a call to other stakeholders to partner with INEC to sensitize the populace about, especially the new registrant, about the location of their voters card. And we also remember that 60% has actually mentioned that they would like to be notified through SMS when their voters card is ready. This is a very useful finding to the regulatory body to ensure effective dissemination and distribution of the permanent voters card.
All right, that was Chidi Akugwe. He's head of the polling unit for NOIPolls. Remember that you can find this report and other reports actually on various topical issues across different sectors on our website. That's on www.noi-polls.com. That's www.noi-polls.com. Also, recordings of all our media discourses can also be found on our podcast. And should you have advocacy campaigns for the elections, like we said, the elections are here, and we're hoping that there will be a lot of awareness and sensitization, whether it's from corporate organizations, advocacy organizations, or CS organizations, the civil society space, wherever you are, whatever information you'd like to pass across to Nigerians, please reach out to us, and we'll help put that on data chart. You can call us on 080-3521-9076. I'll take that again, 080-3521-9076. Elections are here. Let's do the most that we can to educate Nigerians. All right. So, it's data chat with us to discuss voter registration and PVC collection rate. We have Michael Agada. Michael is Senior Research Officer at Yaga Africa. Michael, you're welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you. All right, let's cut to the chase. I'd like to hear a lot from Nigerians today, so we'll just do a little talk before we open the phone lines. According to INEC, 4,084 Nigerians have registered ahead of the 2023 general elections. Our poll findings also show that 8 in 10 Nigerians, which accounts for about 80% of registered voters, have collected their PVC. Let me even ask, have you collected your PVC? No, the way you're nodding, you haven't collected it. However, with all these numbers that we've thrown up, it's a very exciting number considering the fact that, a little over 84 million Nigerians, adult Nigerians have collected theirs. One begins to wonder if this translates to a huge turnout during the general election. Is it an indication that we might have overcome voter apathy?
Well, not necessarily, because if you look at the situation with 2015 and 2019, you realize that collection of PVC and high registration rate hasn't actually been our problem.
Okay.
But the major problem has been the turnout to vote on election day. So, well, it's just unfortunate that we might have to answer this question after the election day, if high PVC collection will translate to high voter turnout in 2023, because over the years between 2022 and 2019 and 2015, that has not been the case. If you look at the statistics from 2015, we had just over 42% turnout to vote. And this 42% is just above 29 million. That is from the over 54 million that registered.
So now we have about
2015.
over 80 million.
Yeah, even if you go back to 2019 is just about, for the presidential election, just about above 34% turnout, which is just above 28 million. And the PVC collected during those times for 2019 was over 86%. That's
impressive.
Yeah, over 72 million PVCs were collected. And just about just over 28 million were coming to vote for the elections. Now coming back from 2019, 78%, over 48% collected PVC. That is 54 million of the 68 million registered voters collected PVC. Yet the turnout was just over 29 million.
Why is this so?
That's the question that we should ask ourselves as citizens. It just tells you that the fact that a lot of people are collecting PVCs will not necessarily translate to high voter turnout, coming from these two examples that I just gave. So it just tells us that there is a lot that needs to be done in terms of the voter education. So it tells you, like the poll says, one thing the poll validated is the fact that this fact, voter apathy, is real and it is worrisome. So the response is, the feedback from the poll is reinforcing this fact that voter apathy is worrisome and has been a problem in Nigerian elections. So efforts must actually be geared towards ensuring that this is no longer the case with 2023. So I could only answer your question in a futuristic sense, hoping that it translates to high voter turnout.
Let's hope so. Even though I do not like the idea of just hoping, I'm wondering what we can do. Be proactive about it, and rather than hoping and praying. We do a lot of praying in this country. I think sometimes we put God on the spot too much. That's too much of a responsibility. Anyway, the poll findings have actually revealed also that 55% of respondents interviewed nationwide say they collected their PVCs before 2015 election. That's 55% collected their PVCs before the 2015 election. Also, 22% say they collected their PVCs before 2019 election. 22%. While 16% claim that they collected their PVCs after May 21st. That's 16%. Can we say that this number of new registrants is impressive? That's 16%. Isn't that a sorry situation?
Yeah, impressive, even though that of 2019 was well above this, but it's impressive, and it has to be impressive to the point of, like, it always boils down to the turnout. Now, this 55% you're talking about, how many of them showed up to vote? So it just tells you how we have a situation which is worrisome, where people collect their PVCs and sit at home on election days, or where people collect their PVCs as a means of identification. Sometimes they need to open bank accounts.
I was trying not to be that ridiculous to say that, but I guess that's what the situation
is. That is real. We need to be factual if we have to address the problem. So we need to know what the issues are. So I would have also, maybe in subsequent poll, we could ask, I like the analysis about why, if the people turn out to vote or not, but subsequently we could also ask, why did they turn out? Why didn't they turn out to vote? So in asking that question, you will be addressing a lot of issues around apathy. So we will know if we are moving in the right direction in terms of policy shift and changing the strategy, which I would like to believe with the kind of engagement civil society organizations like Africa and even INEC as election stakeholders have had. I would like to believe that the strategy is changing. Because from our engagement, we could tell from the feedback of citizens that a lot of things accounted for why they did not turn out to vote. And even when you do the poll, it will not be far-fetched to say that some of the reasons we border on insecurity, lack of trust in the electoral process, as well as poor economic realities of some voters, and as well as the feeling of hopelessness. There is this feeling of hopelessness that the government do not serve the interests of citizens. So this and many more account for why they do not turn out.
So except these are addressed.
Yeah, except these are addressed.
Not come out.
Yes, people will still not come out. And so far, so good. I say it in good authority that a lot of these things are automatically going to not going to be much of an issue in 2019, because apart from the fact that a lot of CSOs, INEC themselves, have invested so much, even development partners have invested so much to address this issue. And beginning with INEC, which is the major stakeholder in the election, we have to admit that, and maybe appreciate, that INEC has become even more responsive. And some of the issues the polls are bringing up are also being addressed by INEC. And just to speak to one instance, I know this because a lot of CSOs, including our organization, like Africa, have partnered with INEC in some of these measures to address these issues. Now I come to the point where a lot of say 80%, that's a huge number, who wanted to be contacted that their PVCs are ready.
You know, that's a conversation we'll get to. And one of the reasons why I want us to also, one of the issues that would also lead to that issue is the findings that revealed that 3% of this 80% who claim that they have PVCs say they've either applied for transfers of their PVCs to a different location, or probably do not have the permanent voters card. Maybe they have the temporary voters card. And 100% of those who say they transferred or they applied for a transfer of their PVCs, 100%, according to our poll report, have not collected the new PVCs. 100%, which means for every single person who has applied for a transfer of location, none of them have gotten their PVCs. And one begins to wonder what that portends for these ones. Doesn't this imply they will not be able to exercise their civic duties of casting their votes if I have transferred and I still haven't collected the new one? What does this say? The question you might want to ask those people is, when did they apply for this transfer of PVC? Because both for the transfer and for the new PVC, new registration, PVC collection will begin in November. Mm-hmm. That is the schedule. Yeah, for new registrant. Okay. So it is possible that this transfer happened during that window. Okay. If this transfer traveled during that window, then they should be hopeful that they will collect their PVC. So that window is the May. Those who applied in May 2021. Is that what you're saying?
No, up until July.
When it's, okay.
Yeah. So it gets a lot of people who had PVC who registered even in 2029. Their PVCs are ready.
Okay.
Some of them are just not aware that the PVCs are ready. Mm-hmm. So it still brings me down to that notification, SMS notification I was telling you about.
All right. Okay. For some other people, okay, I think we should just open the phone lines at this point because I really like to hear from Nigerians what they think about, for those who have transferred, for those who just registered, for those who registered this May 2021. I want to know what the process has been for them. But we'll take this short break. We'll come back and then we'll open the phone lines. The numbers to call are 0818 4270 287. I'll take that again, 0818 4270 287 and 0818 4270 265. I'll take that again, 0818 4270 265. We'll be back right after the short break and we'll take your calls. All right, it's still data chat and we have been discussing voter registration and PVC collection. We have with us in the studio from Yaga Africa, Michael Agada. He is Senior Research Officer. And like I said, we have been discussing voter registration and PVC collection. I would like to know from you, if you're an adult Nigerian over 18 years, if you have a PVC, or if you probably applied for a transfer and probably haven't gotten your voters registration, that's your PVC, or you applied for a transfer, you maybe have issues with getting your PVCs, would really appreciate that you call us and tell us what the challenges have been or how you went about it, how well it went for you. And also would like you to, while you share your experiences, also suggest to us and to INEC, as it were, processes or ways that we can improve the process. It's data chat and the phone lines are open. Again, you can call us on 0818 4270 287 or 0818 4270 265. So we'll take your calls as they come in. Hello? Hi, Stephen, you're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Okay, it was seamless. That's interesting. So you registered this year. You transferred in March. Okay, and already they said it is ready. They sent you a text message to that effect. All right, that's interesting. Congratulations. So does that mean you're going to vote, or you're probably going to use it as a form of identification? You will vote. Fantastic. We hope to see you at the polls then. All right, do have a lovely day, and tell everybody else to go pick up their PVC. Have a lovely day. Hello? Hello? All right, so the numbers to call are still 0818 4270 287 and 0818 4270 265. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I would really like that you speak up a bit. Can you tell us your name and where you're calling from, please? Gabriel, where are you calling from? Meitama. All right, let's hear you, but would appreciate if you speak up. Okay. What steps have you taken? Did you check the INEC office anywhere around you to see if probably it's waiting somewhere? You haven't checked. So maybe you should even just do a walk-in to the closest INEC office around. Maybe the text didn't come. Maybe the text got lost in transit. Maybe they forgot you. Maybe anything. Just try. So if you get it, is there a possibility that you will vote? That's interesting. So I hope you're mobilizing your entire community to vote also. All right, so when I get to Maitama that day, I'm going to see you, right? All right, have a fantastic day. All right, keep the calls coming in 0818-4270-287 and 0818-4270-265. Voter registration, how has it been for you? Have you collected your PVC? Did you do a transfer of location? What has the situation been for you? Let's hear you. Hello. Hello, good evening. What's your name? Say again. Geoffrey, where are you calling from? From the villa. All right, let's hear you, Geoffrey. Okay. Okay. When you say you couldn't meet up, what does that mean? Did you do that online or you went to an INEC office? Okay. And you didn't do anything after that? So where did you register initially? Why did you want to do a transfer? Ah, my brother, you go to Kaduna. You will go to Kaduna. So make sure that you go to Kaduna. If you don't get it, please go to Kaduna. Whatever you do, just shall vote. Okay, thank you. All right, so who else do we have on the phone line? Hello? Are you there? All right, back to Mike. 66% of those who apply for transfers to a different location, I mean, we've heard from, Nigerians, and those who have temporary voters cards say they know where to collect the PVCs when it is ready. That's 66%. And we're happy that people are saying they get text messages. So probably those are part of the improvements you see in INEC, Then 34% say they do not know where to pick up the PVCs. 34%. That's high also. Also, 60% of respondents say they would like to be notified through SMS when their PVC is ready, which is what we've been hearing so far. 24% say they would like to be notified by phone calls, while 2% say WhatsApp. We've heard a lot of this. However, I would still ask, how much do you think, what can we do to speed up, this process of collection? Or how else can INEC, notify electorates to pick up their PVCs? What else can we do to speed up this process? We've heard someone who said, they've sent him a text message, but he hasn't gone. What do we do to speed up the process? And for some of us who are also complaining that, we haven't gotten text messages, we registered, a year ago, and we still haven't gotten text messages. We've gone there, we haven't seen ours, we've done everything. What do we do?
Thank you very much. The truth is, like the first caller stated, if you registered before 2022, before this fourth quarter, your PVC are ready, and they are in INEC offices for you to collect them. We must appreciate and commend the effort of INEC in ensuring that registered voters are aware that their PVCs are ready. And if you ask the first caller, you will realize that INEC didn't just send the message, they sent it with the location where he will pick up his PVC. And this process started in late November, and it started with the FCT. So this
late November,
late September. towards the end of September 2022.
2022.
Yes.
All right.
So it started that time, and it started with FCT. So from my understanding, it's going to be replicated across the state, in the country. So he got notified like others. So just in case, just like you said, that maybe along the line the text message got lost. If you are in FCT and across the nation and you have registered before this last phase, your PVCs are ready. The only PVCs that are yet to be printed is that of the new registrant.
Okay.
So even before being informed, you can go to the INEC offices in the locations where you registered to collect this PVC. And you must admit, all of us must admit that the strategy is changing.
Yeah.
This measure by INEC is novel in the sense that it is the first time INEC will be reaching out to voters directly via messages. In FCT, the FCT INEC also facilitated a call center where you could call in case you have questions about locating your PVC. So they had a lot of callers who called to inquire about when their PVCs will be ready, and they called to say they got a text message, they needed direction to this location, and that was sorted. So if you look at that, it is responding to the issues that was raised about people, the 60% who said they would like to be notified. So that's why I felt INEC is being responsive to this regard, and we must commend them for that. You know, of course, even as civil societies, we partner with these institutions. Where they do good, we should commend, and where they fail beyond expectations, we should constructively criticize.
Yeah.
So, and I think we can do that. So, again, right now there are a lot of conversations that INEC are having to ensure that the PVC collection process is very efficient and effective. So in the coming days, I'm sure, because of the level of involvement and engagement we've had with the institution, and they have been so responsive.
Okay, because I wanted to ask you how much of information is in the public space to sensitize Nigerians on, a lot of those processes.
Yeah, so in the coming days, all of this will be revealed in terms of how you can collect the PVCs. A lot of people will be reached, as well as information about new registrants. Information about, like, even the last time, apart from the text messages, they even sent email to these voters. So I like the fact that I saw people talking about email. There was just 2%, but the large part, which is the 60% by SMS and 24% who wanted phone call. This issue are being addressed as we speak, beginning from FCT. And again, you must recognize that a lot of Nigerians have challenges even to collect the PVC. From our own end, we've been able to address a lot of that. And part of that is that a lot of Nigerians, you must acknowledge, have economic problems. It will surprise you to know that some people, even to get the transportation from their house to get to the local government to collect the PVC was an issue. And we saw this in doing the CVR registration. And at the end of the day, how did we address that? We had a PVC CVR bus drive where you carry people from one location to another location, yes, to do, and this is going to be scaled down even to the PVC collection process, so that it addressed the issue of the economic disadvantage of certain group of people. It is not everybody that are able to do that. So these are part of the measures that are being put in place. And I know that INEC are also working assiduously to ensure that before this new PVC comes, there are strategies and processes in place that will ensure that voters are informed about the readiness of their PVC. Voters and registered voters are told of the locations of their PVC. And in some situations, there will be a central point where these PVCs will be taken so that people can converge at that place to collect their PVC. So with this in mind, it is only left for citizens to take advantage of this opportunity. Like they say, yes, to be responsive. Like they say, you can force the horse to the river, but you can't force it to drink water. So if INEC are doing a lot of these things because they want to ensure that the process is seamless and transparent, and there is confidence in the process. It's just only left for citizens to take advantage of it and respond to that effect.
All right. Like I said, we really need to commend INEC and all of the improvements that we have seen, and also to Nigerians. It's also a civic duty to also do the needful. I mean, if INEC is making all of these modifications and trying to make the process seamless, it is your responsibility to do the most that you can, so that you would also be a part of this election by going to pick up your PVCs and as well talking to other people and giving out the the needed information. I mean, that's part of the reason why I said earlier. I mean, for people who want to send out sensitization messages, please reach out to us on 0803-521-9076, and let's see what we can do partnering with you to put out sensitization messages to Nigeria to see that we all get involved in the 2023 general election. And for organizations also, I want to commend my organization NOIPolls. The management is actually very proactive. Organize everybody. I mean, the days when the office is shut down and everybody has to go to the INEC office. We did that for COVID and for the COVID vaccinations and for all of that. And we want to see organizations go as a team. We want to see religious bodies, we want to see schools and offices, go as a team and say, today we are going to pick up our PVCs, we are following the process through, and that would actually help, because I think sometimes timing also affects people, because if you're asking them to come during work hours and people need to work, that's where we appeal to, management of organization. We're doing this for ourselves. I mean, it's for Nigeria, So let's do as much as we can to do our own bits while INEC does their own bits. We're still going to go back to the phone lines, but that will be after we take this very short break. And once we come back, we'll go back to the phone lines and we'll wrap up the program. It's still Data Chat on Ray Power. All right, we're back, and it's still Data Chat, and we're looking at voter registration and PVC collections. We're still going to open the phone lines to hear from Nigerians. We want to know what challenges you face or how it was for you to get your PVCs. Maybe you did transfers and you still haven't gotten your PVC, or maybe there's some kind of challenge or difficulty. Call us and let's have that conversation. The number is 0818-4270-287. I'll take that again, 0818-4270-287 and 0818-4270-265. The phone lines are open. Call us, let's know what the challenges are, and let's see ways that we can advise that INEC can improve the situation. Keep the calls coming. All right, so it's still Data Chat. As your calls coming, we'll attend to them. We're going to wrap up this program, and I'm really glad that we're having all of this conversation, because I'm one of those who are really excited with the turnout for registration. Yet I'm still worried, even though I've asked this question, I'm still worried what will be the fate of, like one of our callers who said, he couldn't do his transfer, and for those who have, and for whatever reason, they might not be able to pick up their PVCs. What is their fate? I'm asking this question again because I really want people to hear this. What is their fate? Are you telling us to sit back at home and?
Well, the obvious truth here is if you don't have your PVC, you will not be able to vote on election.
So can we use the old one if we have done transfers and we still haven't gotten a new one?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I'm not sure that's possible.
Oh my God, you break our hearts.
No, not really, but the engagements are on, like we said earlier. There are a lot of people who register, and for a lot of reasons they could not collect their PVC and all. But for those who can even collect, maybe for those who cannot collect their PVC for cogent reasons, valid or the other, you could help in winning this sensitization to advise and encourage people to vote, to turn out and vote. So you shouldn't feel so dampened, but just get ready to also complete the process when the next window opens.
All right. Okay. Let's hear from Nigerians. Hello. Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from? All right, Emeka, let's hear you. Like it was sent by who? Hello, Emeka, can you hear us? Hello? Okay, I think we lost his call. The number is still 0818-4270-287 and 0818-4270-265. You want to react to that?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, because I'm sure he could hear me, he should reach out to me, because I heard him talking about maybe lost his sleep, and he got a text that his PVC is ready for Buhari and all of that. So part of what we do as an organization in partnership with like INEC is to amplify these issues to INEC. So I will advise that he send the message to that number so that you can relate it to us. Then we will see to it that he is able to collect the PVC.
Fantastic. All right. Hello. All right, Emeka, let's hear you. Okay. So when they said, okay, so but did they check to be sure if yours is ready? Okay, so maybe you try again in November. When did you register? This year. Okay, I'll have Michael talk on the issue that you just raised now.
Okay.
All right.
Evening.
Thank you very much, Emeka.
Yeah. So if you register towards the end of the registration, you mean you register between June, July this year.
He's gone off, yes.
Okay, so if that's the case, then your PVC will be ready in November. From November, your PVC will be ready. And I'm sure you will get a text message to that effect when your PVC is ready. But right now, for those new registrants, the PVC is not ready yet. So from November, you will get a message to that effect based on the assurances that we've had from INEC themselves, yes.
All right, I'm not sure we can take any other call. We're probably going to be wrapping it up at this point. But before we let you go, Michael, for those who still insist that their votes do not count, what would you say to them?
Well, for those who insist that their vote do not count, this is an unfortunate reality, an unfortunate assumption to make, given the new innovations that have been introduced into the system. For instance, INEC have introduced the PVC machine, where you can just go and you are identified and you're voting, and INEC now posts the results on polling unit directly to the portal. You understand? Yeah. So these are just to tell you
real-time update.
Real-time update. Okay. So the strategies are changing, the process have changed. So why would you not change your mind when the realities have changed? And it is because of people like that that the country is where we are today. You cannot change situations in governance if you do not participate in the electoral process. And all of this, including the signing of the new electoral law and all these PVC innovations that INEC are having now, it is to strengthen the electoral process so that it can improve citizen confidence. So if in all of this that you are seeing in the country that we are, in the kind of governance issues that we have, you should not have that kind of mindset. You should have a mindset shift, because they are having a policy shift with regards to improve the electoral process in Nigeria.
All right, we have been speaking with Michael Agada. He is Senior Research Officer at Yaga Africa, and we have been looking at voter registration and PVC collection rate, and that has been hinged on the recently released poll by NOIPolls on voter registration and PVC collection. And this is the most we can take today on this conversation. We are hoping, that we'll be here again, definitely we'll be here again next week, and we're still going to have conversations around this. But remember that we always have voter election polls that we talk about, and we're going to have that conversations all through from now up until the elections. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
And thank you Yaga Africa for always being responsive to us.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so our poll findings have shown that an impressive 80% of registered voters have collected their PVCs. This is really a fantastic news. However, there is a need to ensure, that electorates that have applied for transfers, for new registrants, as well as those with temporary voters cards, all get their PVCs ahead of the 2023 general elections. INEC should keep modifying her processes to make it seamless for Nigerians, and we give them kudos for all they've done so far. And this is also hoping that all of this translates to a free and fair election, and that we all as a people will be proud of the elections at the end of this election season. So until we'll come your way again next week, same time, 5 to 6 p.m., it is Data Chat on Ray Power, and I am Nelly Ohuche. Remember, Data Chat is a production of NOIPolls. On behalf of the management and staff of NOIPolls, do have a fantastic weekend.